Hi, hello. Welcome to the study culture. Here I came with the strength of materials video which may helpful to you, and here coming to the topics: types of supports, types of loads, types of moments, types of forces, types of beams, types of stresses and types of strains. Coming back to the topics. Types of supports. There are three types of supports: hinged support, rolled support and fixed support. Hinged support means this is a hinged support. Moment is 0, reactions horizontal and reactions vertically. Number of reactions are 2. Rolled support. Rolled support means here it is roller and RH is 0. There is no horizontal reaction. Only vertical reactions are there and moment also 0. Number of reactions are 1. Fixed support means one side is fixed, another is free. For this there is a movement, horizontal reactions and vertical reactions also. Number of reactions for fixed support is 2 and moment is 1. Types of loads. There are 4 types of loads: point load or concentrated load, next uniformly distributed load or rectangular load, third one uniformly varying load, fourth one concentrated moment. Point load. Point load is a load which is concentrated only at one point. This is the concentrated point or point load. Load P. Uniformly distributed load or rectangular load. That means the load distributed uniformly throughout the beam. That is called uniformly distributed load. And uniformly varying load means throughout the beam it varies the load. Throughout the beam it varies the load. From one point to another point the load is continuously varying. This is P and this is W, this is L. To know about the total load of the beam, to calculate the total load, we can easily calculate like what? It is a triangle, right? So area of the triangle, half into length into breadth. So W into L. Next, concentrated moment. It means it is this is a moment concentrated at one point. Its moment. It is called a concentrated moment. Types of beams. There are 6 types of beams and also statically determined. What is statically determined and statically indeterminate beams? First, I want to tell about statically determined and statically indeterminate methods. First, statically determined means statically determinant. Indeterminate and statically determinate. Statically indeterminate means number of unknown forces cannot be determined by any methods of statics alone. It cannot be determined any type of forces and statically determined means opposite to the indeterminate. It can be determinant. By statistics. What are the statically indeterminate supports or beams? There are three types of indeterminate beams and another three types of determinate beams. First one we can see in the indeterminate beams. Fixed beam, propped cantilever beam, and continuous beam. These three types of beams, these three beams are indeterminate in structures. That means it cannot be determined any type of forces by any method. And in statically determined, there are three types of beams: simply supported beam, cantilever beam, and overhanging beam. Okay. Next, simply supported beam. Simply supported beam is a beam which is have two supports. And here is A and B. It is roller and it has a reactions in x direction, right, and A. RAX, it is in y direction, RYB. Sorry, A. A. This is RARYB. It is simply supported beam. Cantilever. Cantilever beam means cantilever beam. One side is fixed and another is in the space, and it has a moment, reactions Rx and Ry reactions. Overhanging beam. The beam which is overhanged after the support. That means consider two supports. This is A, this is B, and this is C. This space is overhanged after this support, B support. It has a reactions RAX, RAY, and RBY. fixed beam. Fixed beam means the ends are fixed. It does not have any movement MB MA and reactions RAX RAY RBX RBY. This is fixed beam. Propped cantilever beam. Means cantilever beam means one side in the space. Propped cantilever means one side is fixed and another side is roller or hinged support. It's called a propped cantilever beam. This is A and this is B. Here is the reactions in X direction, means horizontal direction, reactions in the vertical direction. These two are reactions in vertical directions and there is a movement for the fixed side. Next, continuous beam. In the name it has a meaning. Continuous means the beam is which is continuously forming. It is called a continuous beam, like this. More using beam is continuous beam in the buildings. It may be residential buildings or commercial buildings. We use continuous beams and it has a very high strength also. RAX RB RAY RBY and RCY. It only not stops here. It will continuous. More than 2 or more support is called a continuous beam. Types of moments. Sorry, it is not types of moments, types of forces. There are two types of forces: normal force, shear or tangential force. Normal force. The normal force are perpendicular to the plane. That means, let us consider these equal and opposite loads and pushes loads. The force which is normal to the, normal means perpendicular to the plane. For these plane, the load is perpendicular. This force is called normal force or perpendicular force. Shear force or tangential force means, consider the cube. It is y in the direction, z and x. These forces are shear or tangential forces. These forces are shear or tangential forces. Next, observe this figure. In this, it is clearly explained that what is compression, what is tension, what is bending, shear and torsion. For compression, by applying two loads to compress the member, it will compress, means the length will decrease. In the tension, the loads are opposite to each other and it expands, that means the length is increases. For bending, by applying the force like this, it will bend like this, the bending moment will occur. And for the shear force, the forces will, the load apply like this, in this place shear will occur. For the torsion, there are two opposite rotating forces are applied, torsion or twisting moment takes place. Okay, coming to the topic, types of stresses. There are three types of stresses: tensile stress, compressive stress and shear stress. Tensile stress. Tensile stress has a two equal and opposite pulls are applied, as a result of which the length is increased. Means two equal and opposite pulls. These are pull loads which result the length is increased. The length is increased. This is tensile stress. Compression stress. Compressive stress means for the same but the load which pushes opposite to each other. The load which pushes opposite to each other, the length will decrease. As a result, the length will decrease like this. Shear stress. Shear stress means two forces equal and opposite in nature when act tangentially to each of the resisting section, as a result of which the body of shear across a section is known as a shear stress. Let me explain you. These are the two equal and opposite forces in nature when acting tangential to each other as a resisting of a section, as a result which the body of the shear of across these section will occur the shear stress. And formula for the shear is P divided by A. Here P is the shear resistance and A is the shear area. Types of strains. There are three types of strains: normal strain, shear strain and volumetric strain. Normal strain means it is the ratio of change in dimension to the original dimension is called a normal strain. Strain means this is the original member and this is the change in member. This part is change length and this is original length for lengthwise. So what is normal strain means? Change in dimension by original dimension. Dimension means it may be length, it may be breadth, it may be depth. those three are dimension. So change in length divided by original length, change in breadth divided by original breadth, change in depth divided by original depth. These three are in the normal strain only. Okay. Formula: change in length divided by original length, change in breadth divided by original breadth, or change in depth divided by original depth. And the sign conventions for the compression, the sign is negative. For the tensile, the sign is positive. Means change in length is higher than the original length, that is tensile, and opposite to that, that means original length is high, change in length is low as compared to the original length, that means compressive strain. And shear strain. Shear strain means angular distortion between two mutual perpendicular planes. Consider these planes. This is z axis, y axis, and x axis. Consider these two radians. This angle as a y, and these are the shear forces. For shear strain, angular deterioration between two mutual perpendicular planes. These are two mutual perpendicular planes which is between the angular deterioration. The element of which the subjected to a shear stress experiences the deformation. The tangent of the angle through which two adjacent side rotates relative to their initial position termed as a shear strain. Next, volumetric strain. Same as a normal strain, it is the ratio of change in volume divided by original volume. It is the ratio of change in volume divided by original volume. Thank you for watching. That's it for today. We'll meet again in the next topic. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe my channel. If you not yet seen my previous videos, please do check in my channel. My next videos will be in the topics of Hooke's law, Moore's circle of stresses, Poisson's ratio. We'll discuss about in the related problems also. Bye bye.